Hello, thank you for joining us at the Photography and Video Show. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Welcome to this session from PFY, also known as Pilotfly. They're very well known for their high quality and innovative products for the photo and video industry. And we're joined by Marcus Oswald and his team, Laurie and Chris, to talk about their brand new portable Matrix RGB LED video light. We're going to cover any questions at the end of the session, so be prepared for them. But in the meantime, over to you, Marcus.
Thank you, Dave. Let me shortly introduce myself. My name is Marcus Oswald. I'm the founder of the company PFY. PFY is Photo Film for You. We develop products, innovative products for photo video industry. I founded the company 2015 and started the development of gimbal systems first. Our newest version is the Maverick. It's right behind me. And we expanded our product portfolio over the years and can supply customers now with highly versatile products like a microphone or video transmitter, a wireless follow focus system. And our new product series is the Matrix. This is a portable video RGB light, which we want to talk about today. You introduced already Chris and Laurie. Chris is a very professional filmmaker from indie filmmakers, and Laurie from TechNotice, a professional photographer and YouTuber. They both are very experienced and in their business, and they will tell us also about their experience about the Matrix light. And by the way, thank you for joining, Chris and Laurie. Thank you. But let's talk first about the specification of the Matrix light. And the Matrix comes in two versions, Matrix and Matrix Mini. The Matrix is a 14-watt LED light with 290 LED on it. Matrix is the world's first portable RGB LED light in a wooden design. The durable frame is made of CNC aluminum and makes it strong and also supports the heat dissipation. On top, we have a cold shoe mount on it where you can add any accessory on it, like a microphone. On the other side, you have a L bracket with several quarter-inch screw holes on it for plenty different mounting options, and it's also turnable. So you can place it anywhere and put it in a different angle on your set. The dimming and the button position is very ergonomic. The dimming wheel is at the corner. You can dim from 0 to 100% in one increment steps. And the mode button on the side, you can change between the different modes. The Matrix Mini has a size of a credit card. It's very small, very compact, fits in any pocket. And it is a 7-watt RGB light, has 84 LEDs on it. The weight is around 150 grams and comes also with a cold shoe mount on the top. And on each side, there is a quarter-inch screw hole. And on the rear side, you have also two magnets, so you have plenty of mounting options. You can place it anywhere, and you're very versatile and very flexible with it. Both RGB lights come with different modes. When you power it on, you have the CCT mode. You have the possibility to change the color temperature from 3200 Kelvin up to 6500 Kelvin in 100 increment steps. And when you press the mode button once, then you will switch to the HSI mode. You have the possibility to select and change any color in the color space. From 360 degree. You can change the saturation, you can change the intensity. So you're very flexible. If you press the mode button again, then you will enter the effect mode. Matrix and Matrix Mini come with 12 pre-configured effects. The effects are, for example, the paparazzi, lightning effect, simulating candle light, simulating a TV or a broken bulb, a pulse, a fire truck, police, fireworks. There's even a party mode in it, and also a rainbow color cycle, which cycles the whole color space. But you can do even more with it. And Matrix is the world's first video RGB light. We call it the freestyle mode. With this freestyle mode, you have the possibility to create your own effects. Imagine you can easily set colors and the CCT value depending on the time over 4 channels. There are really endless of possibilities, and it's a big possibility for your creativity, and it's really unique, and I like it. Really, it's really awesome, and I'm so excited to see how the creators will use it and what they will create with it. Laurie, you have tested several lights, such pocket lights. What makes our lights different, and what do you like on it, and how do you use the lights?
Okay, welcome everybody. Thanks for that intro, Marcus. Yeah, I have tested quite a few lights, and I'm using actually quite a lot of lights even on this scene. You can see there's few on the top over there, there's few there. And I've actually even set up a little scene. So if I switch to this one, you can see that there's like a little, like a, what you would call a product photography, product B-roll or something like that. This is what I'm using a lot in my YouTube kind of B-roll when I have products and things. Instead of just creating contrast between, you know, dark white light or darkness, so bright and dark spots, I can create contrast on this product over here with just 2 lights. There's one a little bit on that side out of the frame that shines blue on this side of him, and then there's another one on this side of the frame that shines like orange, which is like the opposite in the color spectrum. And there's so many different ways how you can create contrast, but just to make like product photography or B-roll a little bit more interesting, I'm using a lot of these RGB lights, and I've actually tested about 11 different companies on my channel, and PFY is definitely one of my favorite ones because they have some unique features that I haven't seen on any of the other lights before. For example, one of the features is a master and slave feature, which means that basically you can set up any of these lights or both of these lights to be a master or a slave, which means, let's say you have a scene, you set it up something like that behind me, or you have maybe even more, you have, I don't know, you can connect loads of them together. And then someone says, maybe your director or DP says, look, we need a little bit more brightness of the whole setup. So instead of you going to all of them separately, what you can just do is walk towards the closest light that you have in there and just literally dim the wheel, and then that connects to all of them together, and then they all change together, which is really, really, really helpful. I didn't think I was going to use that much, but I found this is definitely one of my favorite features. But as much as the big matrix light looks really cool with wooden design and everything in the back, I think the coolest thing is, come on, autofocus. We'll leave it. The coolest thing is the smaller one, matrix light, because another thing I do on my channel is like B-roll of PC, custom built PCs for creators like videographers, photographers. And then often when I'm shooting B-roll inside the PC, there is not a lot of space. And even if you have a massive key light, the PC creates a shadow inside the case. So if you want to illuminate certain product or certain part of the PC, you can't get anything in the PC without the light being in the frame. So this one is really helpful by having the magnets. So I can just pop it on the top of the PC case and it just shines down and lights up, a product. And it's cool that it's RGB, which means I can just add more color to it. So I'm definitely a fan of these magnets. I didn't think these were going to be as useful as I actually thought. This is absolutely fantastic. So these are some of my favorite features.
Thank you, Laurie. How about you, Chris? You, as filmmaker, I think you're using it in a different way as Laurie. How do you use
Yeah,
it?
yeah. Thanks, Marcus. Well, I'm using it also on bigger sets where I'm using bigger lights as well. But what is the cool thing about these ones is that when you're using a scene with practical lights, and a lot of times you've got issues with practical lights because it doesn't work that good on camera, then you can just, because these are so small, you can just put the light bulb off and then put this one in, or you have like closets or other things in the background and you can just hide it somewhere because it's so small. And that's one of the things I'm really enjoying about these ones. And like some other lights also have like controllable with an app. What I have um, discovered on set is that when you have a phone, the phone always dies on set. That's just how it happens because somebody makes behind the scenes. You're using it a lot of time. You have to do things. So using a phone isn't always that good on set for controlling lights. Or you have to have a separate phone, of course. But that was an issue that I came across a lot of times. That my phone just had to charge because I couldn't control them, and that's one of the main reasons that I really enjoy these ones, because if you just turn one on and you make it master and you can control the rest, you just have a safe way of still able to control the lights. And I have to say that I'm using this way more than with the phone. Um, but that's also because of the freestyle modes. You can do like a lot of things just on this thing, and with other it's like you can do the basics on the controller here, and the rest you have to do in the app. So this is, I think, the other way around. That in my opinion is also on bigger sets or on commercial shoots very useful, because you not only you cannot always rely on a phone. So this is why I'm really enjoying this one. Yeah.
Okay. Have you any experience about the charging with other lights, Laurie?
Yeah, I've literally, as Chris was talking, I forgot to mention that, like, what I have, like my charging station where there's 11 of these lights, because I'm often using these in the background. So every day they almost run out, right? So I've got my charging station, I lay them out and put them all to charge. And then these PFY lights are the first ones to like fully charge. And it's just amazing to see the full like quick charge feature, which is just amazing. You've got the USB-C on here, which means you just plug in anything. My phone is the same USB-C, which means if you have a charger or battery bank or anything like that, you can just charge them really, really, really fast, which is very, very helpful, because often I haven't seen other lights that have a quick charge feature, because whenever you're in the set or doing things, when they run out, suddenly you're like in this space where you're like, no, I can't use them because the light takes too long to charge up. But now put it on quick charge, it charges up very, very fast. And sorry, to kind of mention something else, which is the brightness of this. Marcus didn't mention this, but there is a secret feature inside this matrix. So basically, if I'm going to do this live. If I go to, this is now the white light, right? 5600 kelvins. And I'm sure you can see this on camera, but if I hold down the mode button, it's going to go to, boom, extra bright mode, which gives you extra like few hundred lux of brightness. And I have tested this with a lot of different RGB small pocket lights, and this is by far the brightest in the bunch. Very, very impressive by the brightness. So if you're looking for some little lights, they're very, very bright, especially if you're doing little product photography and try to light up some kind of scene. You put them next to it, like these lights in the background there, they're only like in 1 or 2%, which definitely very, very bright.
Yeah, if I can add something to it, and also with the ton of mounting options that you have, And also with a cold shoe mount, that's like if you're using it on a camera, for instance, not all like how do you say it with mics, they usually use cold shoe mounts, and then if you have to get an adapter or some separate parts for it, you have to buy some new things. And here you got like both things. You have like the screws and you have the cold shoe adapter on it. So that's like also there. It's the small things about these things that make it much easier to work with, and the workflow makes it a little bit better with all these features added onto it. So yeah.
Yes, that's our intention, to make it as versatile as possible for the photography and for the film industry.
Yeah, but if I can add something to it, as a creator standpoint, it's most of the time that it's like the flashy, cool things, and it's a hype. But I'm not the kind of creator that goes on the hype. I'm more looking like how can I save time with products, and like for the thing, like I was hyped about. I have to be honest, I was hyped about the whole mobile thing and that you can control all things on app. But as I worked on it on set, I had 2 times actually that my phone was dead, so I couldn't control them. So I had to change the light setup, and that take time. So if you have like always a possibility to control all the lights and don't have to go like if you have 20 of these and you have to go all through and have all settings put on manual, that's a time saver if you can do it with one button. Yeah.
Yes, and you can control it via Bluetooth mesh. With this mesh system, you can control up to 255 lights. It should be enough for the set.
Yeah.
Dave, is there any questions so far?
We've got a couple of questions. Can I use it while connected to the power supply?
Yes. It can be connected to the power supply while using it, and you have all the flexibility.
And does that work with a battery remote, portable battery pack as well? Like if you're out on site and you say like the ones you use with your phone, you can use that as a backup as well.
Yeah, you just connect it. Via USB-C.
Cool. Another question. What's the prices of each of them?
The price right now is on the show shop. We have the Matrix Mini is for £99, and the Matrix comes with £149. And you can also purchase it directly from our website, pfy-tech.com. And there's right now also the possibility with 10% discount.
Excellent. Let's have a look. What other questions have we got here? How much I think you might have already covered this, but what is the weight of the Matrix and the Mini Matrix?
The weight of the Matrix Mini is around 150 gram, and the Matrix has a weight of 249 grams.
Cool. Next one here. How many devices can be connected? I saw you were using 11. I think someone said they were using 11. How many? Is it just a case of?
I think I used 11. I just tested 11 different ones. So I had a few other brands that I had on my set, but I thought to myself, I want to find out which one is the best one and which one is the best bang for buck, as I'd like to say. And I tested all 11. Spent way too much time anyone should spend on testing lights, and figured out like which one is the brightest. Tested the RGB, every value of the color, seen which one is the best output brightness in terms of white color and in color. Because another thing I just wanted to say is, often when I was shooting some of the client work and then we were shooting interviews, and I thought, you know what, the background is just so boring, because some of the interior, some of the places you shoot is just, you think, I need some kind of interest in this shot, because I'm getting bored just looking at it. Never mind the client who's never going to later going to buy the product. Do you know what I mean? So then I use some of the RGB just in the background, and I can color them all different color, and you can easily even change, put the different person in the shot, and then make a different color, which means that suddenly your whole set looks different. You can cut between them, have them a little bit camera angle change, but it looks like you've got a different set just because you've changed the color. But I'm very impressed by the color output of these lights as well. Not just this one, because some of the lights you have RGB as well, but you know for sure that they're mainly white light, and then the RGB is kind of side feature because they're not as bright on either blue or red or green values, but these ones are both equally impressive.
Cool. We've got an extra question here. How would you compare the Matrix or Matrix Mini to a Godox M1?
I personally haven't tested the Godox M1, but I've tested the Godox R1, which is just the round light. And I think this one depends. Well, I know the Godox M1 is similar, this one, but the Godox M1, if I'm not mistaken, hasn't got the slave and master function, plus the brightness. I'm not sure. If you want to test it, you can see some of the values on my channel. But that's what I would say for now is the slave and master feature is absolute killer master feature.
Perfect. Something that I know that you've got that you haven't really covered in this session is you can control these from an iOS or Android app. Do you want to talk about that a little bit more?
Through the Android and iOS app, you can. It's free of charge, and you have all the features which you can control directly on the RGB light. But you have even more. There's some additional features integrated, which I did not talk about yet. For example, a color picker. So you can use your smartphone camera to pick up a color, to make a photograph of this color, and the RGB light will simulate this color. And you have different options for the time settings, for effect modes, which you can change, and the mesh control. There's a mesh control inside the app where you can group the lights. You can control up to 255 lights, and you can group them, but you can also group them without the app. If you press and hold the function button, you will enter the setup menu, and then you have the possibilities to change up to between 9 different channels, and you can set up 9 different groups in that way, and can change each group directly on one light which is in this group.
Excellent. Just can you explain, I know you mentioned it earlier, the freestyle effect. What exactly is the freestyle effect?
The freestyle effect enables you a very a lightning effect in a very creative way. You have the possibility to create your own effects. Other RGB lights on the market, they are limited with fixed integrated effects. We also have this. We also have some effects, but with the freestyle mode, you have the possibility to create your own effect over 4 channels. So you have 4 channels, 4 different colors, for example, which you can set up in a different time, and there you will create a different effect, lightning effect, for example.
Oh, cool. Okay. One other question here is, how do you update the firmware on these as you make changes over time?
The firmware now is you can update it over the air. That means through the smartphone. The new app version will be available in around next week. We will release it next week, and then you have the possibility to upgrade it with the latest app over the air. So once you have connected the RGB light with your app, the app recognizes the RGB light, will read out the firmware value, and if it is not the actual one, it will automatically upgrade.
Okay. This one, I guess, is more for for Laurie, if he's still there. How much time do you get out? How much time do you get out of the battery when you're like on site and really kind of pushing everything to the max? What's the battery life like for you?
Okay, I can bring my actual numbers out here so that I'm not lying to you, but I've tested all the 11 lights and some of the most famous ones. If you've known about RGB lights and the pocket lights, then you've certainly heard of some of the brands, the other brands that I've tested. But this one over here, the thing is, all of these lights are a bit different in each brightness setting. Like each light comes with a certain color temperature is the brightest in there, right? So these are a bit more to the cooler side where they get the brightest, but at the maximum brightness at 5600 kelvins, I tested this and the matrix got 2 hours, just under 2 hours, 1 hour 56 minutes, and that is full on, like you can use this for 1 hour 56 minutes, and this is an hour and 22 minutes and 50 seconds if you ask me. But some of the other lights, what I noticed is, like looking back later on the playback of the actual battery test, at some point during the battery test they saw that either flickering and then coming back on, or so it becomes unusable from a certain point. But this is like 2 hours usable brightness, and compared to some of the other brightness, like, because this is the brightest light I have in the bunch, in all the 11 lights I have. If I match the brightness to some of the second best or third best, then I would get even more battery length time, because obviously I'm dimming down, the battery can last longer. So because it's so bright, what it can do is absolutely amazing.
Awesome.
If I can add something to it, what I experience with other lights as well is that when you plug it into power, you're only able to get 80% output of it. So that's also a limitation with others.
Cool. Marcus, this is the last one for you, really. Where can people find out more about your products?
Well, they can, they can take a look at the show shop, at the photography show. We have there the possibility and edit all the information, but also on our official website, pfy-tech.com. There they will find all the informations. And if there are still some questions, please do not hesitate and contact us directly through email. We are very welcome to any questions, and will try to answer all the questions what you have.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us, guys. It's been really good. I've been certainly impressed by it. I think I might have to get one myself. So thanks everyone for joining us here at the Photography and Video Show. Thank you, three of you, for taking the time out, and hope everyone got some good information there. So thank you.